What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be looking at a teensy tiny title by one guy called The Monster Breeder. This is a game that answers the question, like, you ever wonder where all the lions and bears and stuff come from in gladiatorial combat, like in Roman times? This game takes that into a fantasy universe, and you're the guy whose job it is to facilitate and deliver monsters to the arena to, like, execute prisoners and to fight against heroes and stuff like that so that the throng can be entertained. Now, as I said, this is a game that is made with virtually no budget at all. There's no advertising. The vast majority of stuff in this game are basically assets and things that have been retooled. However, as a fan of things like Spore, and having played the game for a couple hours, I think the developer definitely has the systems in place to make this into something good. It just needs some kind of support. So I'm going to throw some support out there, even though I don't necessarily think the game is graphically ready for a big audience. Graphics don't really matter if the gameplay pops, and so anyways, we're going to dive on and do some first impressions here today. The developer has said that he's aware of the fact that the game doesn't look that great. He told me that he's planning on redoing all the graphics early next year. Somewhere around the springtime, there should be like a graphical overhaul patch coming. And then he's been very forthright about that on the Steam page as well, being like, hey, I know the game is not like in a visual state that you like. I don't like it either, but I'm working on it. And so anyways, let's dive on into the Monster Breeder and see if we can make ourselves some rad monsters and murder some human beings. I'll give you my thoughts about things that can be adjusted along the way, maybe help you decide if you wanted to add it to your wish list. If you did want to add it to your wish list, I got a link for you down below, along with my Discord and my Twitch stream where I'm frequently live most days of the week. For right now, there's a bunch of customized options you can start out with. The game does have kind of like custom things you can do with the difficulty. I'm just going to leave it on the standard experience for right now. I've already made my banner. We are Ripjaw Industries, and then we've got to choose where we want to live at. You can be in a temperate climate, you can be like in a jungle climate or like a desert climate, or you can be in a northern frosty climate. I like the northern frosty climate, so that's what we're going to do. Why does that matter? I'll tell you after the video.
This was the golden age of the realm. Gladiatorial combats of beasts were never so popular, and month after month, a tournament was held in one of the monster arenas. You have decided to try your fortune in this bloody business and carve your path to wealth and fame. Don't underestimate the work to be done. It's easy to buy creatures from local hunters, but this is only the first step. Raising them costs money, and taming them is sometimes out of reach. Illnesses are common when conditions are not suitable. Pricey potions and magical artifacts are available to strengthen your creatures before they grow up. But only if you can afford the high prices at the annual Guild's Fair. Your grown monsters will fight in the arena and generate revenue. But untamed creatures can only participate in lethal tournaments and often die before you get a return on your investment. You will crossbreed your best monsters and, if you're lucky, offspring will inherit valuable traits. You are free to choose your own path. Whether you keep insectoids, reptiles, or carnivores, you need to learn the art of monster breeding.
So anyways, I've already gone ahead and made my character. This game is an RPG, a strategy RPG, more specifically with a hex-based grid turn-based system. This is a character that I already made real fast. He's a fighter. You can adjust people's stats. I think you start out with like 20 points or so, depending on what difficulty you're on. I put most of mine into like strength and a little bit into HP. There's different combat skills for like one-handed weapons, counterattacking, two-handed weapons, shields, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's more coming as well, like spears and things of that nature. At least I would hope there would be. But this is all basically done. Effectively, if you wanted me to summarize what all this is your attributes over here. They do various things like grant you AP, make you hit harder, give you HP, make you level up faster. You've got your combat skills over here, which affect your hit chance. You've got your defensive skills over here, which affect your block and your parry and your dodge. And then you've got your resistances on this side to various types of critters. And so anyways, let's dive straight on in. And this is my territory. This game also has base building in it. So you got yourself a compound, the courtyard. And this is where we're going to keep and breed all of our monsters until we have a retinue that's strong enough to participate in fights. So really the first thing that we need to do before the game's even going to work very well is that we need to make a, let's see here, we need to make a monster kennel, I would think. Although we do have the keep. And the keep does have a small chamber that's available for us right now. What can I do with the small chamber? I can hold 1 monster inside of it, or 1 alchemist, or 1 blacksmith, or 4 hatchlings, or 15 item storage, or a couple of bedrooms for more fighters. That's right, you're not just breeding monsters in this game, you also raise and train gladiators. You can buy either slave gladiators, or you can have people work for your retinue, basically on salary winning fights. And there are going to be fights that are mixed, where it's like humans versus humans, humans and monsters versus humans and monsters. Really, the only thing that constrains you here, in terms of like who can fight, is how many guys you have and what tournaments are available. And so anyways, yeah, we're going to need a place to keep our monsters. If we buy some monsters right now, they will live in the courtyard, and that means they can break out of the fence, and they'll occasionally maul like a village child, and then we'll have to pay for that. And frankly, funds are pretty tight right now, so I'm going to go ahead and build a kennel. The kennel's going to be done in like, let's see, how many turns till the kennel is done? 4 turns until the kennel is done. Okay, taking a run through the UI, we've got the map of the realm over here. The map of the realm is basically the place where you look and see what events are going on, what's happening in the kingdom, stuff you can adapt to. On the map, you'll see various tournaments that pop up from time to time. There's basically like back alley brawls, which are always available, but they don't pay very much. And then there's more specialized tournaments that'll pop up based on the day. Over here, we've got our base management, we've got our monsters, we've got our egg room, because you've got to hatch eggs and you've got to feed monsters to boost their stats before they're adults and they can fight. You've got your combatant area, which is where all of your humans are going to hang out. You've got your money. You've got, I actually don't know what the hourglass is right there. You've got the temperature at the moment. Different monsters can only be housed in different temperatures. And so you need to create like magically temperature controlled areas for various specialized monsters that are either from the north, the rainy areas, the south, so on and so forth. Humidity, also the exact same thing. Alchemist, this is where if you have an alchemist that works for you, you can have him make potions. There's a blacksmith, same thing but for gear. We can recruit warriors over here at the tavern, or we can go to the market, which will allow us to buy weapons and monsters and crafting materials and things of that nature. And then there's also a research menu where you can vivisect your monsters alive in order to learn more stuff about them so that you can A, learn to heal them after combats by knowing their anatomy, and then B, give them bonuses and make them like stronger and like remove organs, and then you can transplant organs into other creatures. So you could take like a poison gland out of a swamp animal and put it into a wolf from the highlands, and now you've got a poison wolf. That kind of stuff. Like I said, this game is actually like fairly impressive in what it wants to do for being a one-man project that has absolutely no funding, no advertising, no anything else. Since we've got 4 turns until the monster kennel is done, we probably want to go talk to the monster guy that sells us monsters. He's a witcher, but instead of killing monsters, he captures monsters. I don't know how long it's going to take this wolf to maturate. Because this is a juvenile, it'll be in the keep with us. And so I don't know how long it's going to take. I just don't want them to be in the courtyard and break out. Let me wait a couple turns. We'll just wait like 1 or 2 turns. You know what I mean? Oh, apparently I'm gaining money right now. Sweet, dude. Is that money from my estate? Is that what's going on here? Oh, yeah, dude, my estate generates funds. Well, that's good. Dude, I wish in real life I had an estate that generates funds. That'd make everything easier. All right, so we can get a snow bear. I think that's a pretty good idea. Let's take the snow bear. We've got a panther over here. Panther sounds pretty badass. So yeah, let's go for a panther. And then there's a black bear over here. I like both these ideas, but it looks like the black bear does not do well in the cold. And we live in a very cold, very, very frosty place. So maybe that's a bad idea. There's an ant. There's a wolf. The wolf is quite a bit weaker, but it might turn into something good. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy the wolf. Wait, why does the wolf cost so much? Oh, never mind. That's my subtotal right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will get... Sure, we'll get the wolf. And then while we're here, it may not be the worst idea to get armor for our character as well, just in case we end up in a fight. So let's go ahead and we'll just buy leather gear for right now. It's not much, but it's something. Yeah, 2 leather gauntlets, and then we'll get like 2 leather greaves, and then maybe we'll get like a shield or something, like a heater shield. Yeah, that's all right. There we go. Our monsters have been purchased. As soon as our kennel is built, they will move on in there, but for right now, they live inside the juvenile wing. And this is where you get to kind of tailor your monsters at the beginning of the game. So you've got items, and you've got slots. We've got 4 turns until these monsters are ready to fight, and we can put things into these slots that will change their stats, it'll change their tameness, it'll change how strong they are. And so let's go back over here, and let's consider what we can buy real quick in order to make this easier. We can get carnivora meat over here. I would suggest that we buy, let's say, some insectoid meats. We'll buy like some carnivora meats. You can get human meat, but you have to get human meat from specialized people that you probably get in trouble for associating with. And now we're a little bit tapped out on cash. So now that I've got the meats, we can go back in here and let's feed these guys. So I want this wolf to be really, really good against insects. And so I'm going to put insect meat on in there so that he develops a taste for it. And that's going to increase the amount of tameness that they gain per turn. Then on top of that, they're going to get extra HP, extra strength, and they're going to get bonus attack versus insectoids. Very, very nice stuff. With the swiftness potion, what's that going to do? Oh, it raises the agility, so it might potentially give this creature some more AP. Nice. With the panther, we're going to make the panther like absurdly good at going after lizards, and then really, really good at going after other beasts. That looks all right to me. That seems acceptable. And then for our snow bear, let's give just a little bit of everything, just to kind of all-arounder the bear. And then maybe we'll get, it's a bear, you know what I mean? Let's give it a taming potion just in case. You never know. And then we've pretty much got 6 turns until we're going to have a capable fighting force. So let me pass them turns. There we go. So we've passed the turns, and now our animals should be living inside the kennel as far as I know. Let's see. There we go. So yes, they are living inside the kennel. And the good news here, oh god. Oh god, okay. Apparently my bear has some... That's a weird bear, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, that bear model. That's an odd looking bear. If I went out into the woods and I saw that bear, I'd be a little bit worried about my safety. I would think to myself like, hey, what's wrong with that bear? Did he just have like a bad brunch? Or is there something genetic going on here? We gotta round out the bear and make him look a little bit better. But we can take a fight right now, so that's good because we need money coming in. We're poor, so let's go ahead and take our first fight. Down here in the back alley brawl, we can either fight other monsters, and we get 200 for every monster we put in the fight for entertaining, or we can get 120 per human that we kill. Your monsters do level up. I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. Our character can't participate in this fight because it's Monstars only. But let's go ahead and fight manually. We've got a very likely victory right here. The auto combat isn't too bad, but it does seem a little bit random. Most of the time you sweep as long as it says that you have like a very likely victory, but occasionally one of your monsters will still die. You ever play Mountain Blade Warband? You ever take like 150 Huskarls and put them up against like 9 looters, and somehow the auto-resolve kills one of your Huskarls? Exactly. So there's our enemies right there in the middle of the field. They're standing around, they're being all emaciated. These guys are convicts that have been basically given summary execution in the arena. So I need to group up my guys. I want my dudes to be together. And so we'll run them on over here. And then, oh, sorry, I was laughing at the run animation. And then we've got to run this guy over here. The top of the screen, you've got limited AP, you've got HP, you've got how much energy, which is basically stamina. Every activity in this game costs stamina. When it runs out, you got to pass turns until your stamina comes back. Let's go ahead and bypass a turn and see what happens. I've got the game on speedy mode right now. I'll slow it down so that you guys can enjoy it a little bit better. I'll probably move out to here and maybe like move out to here. And then with this wolf, I don't know exactly what I want to do. Hopefully they don't dogpile that wolf right there. So there we go. I would like to hear the sound of loping running and like footfalls while you're running around the arena. Footsteps are important to gameplay and like immersion, and them just moving around silently inside the arena, I think breaks that a little tiny bit. Lethaldos. Oh wow, they're like dead set on fighting my bear. I've never seen so many starving people so excited to fight a bear. Fair enough. Let's move up behind this guy. We're not going to have enough AP to attack, but we can attack right here. It looks like we've got like a 50% chance. We'll give it a go. And actually, the bear one-shotted him. That's what happens when you roll up on a bear. This guy right here has a claw ability. I'd like to try out the claw. Yeah, give him the claw. There you go. Give him a bunch of the claws right there. And actually, the fight is kind of going our way. This guy doesn't have enough AP left to really do anything, so we're just going to wait it out, and it looks like he smacked my dog, but my dog did get a counterattack that the enemy dodged, but he didn't really do that much damage, so no biggie, no harm, no foul. With 6 AP left, can you attack? Good. Do it. And so we've torn another one apart. One thing that I think I would like to see from the game is like animations where fatalities effectively. So like attacking needs to be a little bit louder. The response isn't like the and the and the screams and stuff. They're way too quiet. I'm sure we can fiddle with that, but it should be reasonably EQ'd by default. The mastering process and getting everything at the same level is an important part of the gameplay process. And so anyways, the sound effects that do exist have been too quiet thus far. And then there's plenty of spots where more sound effects like footsteps and things like that could be added. And then, of course, fatalities would be really cool, where like a dog grabs, or like a wolf grabs onto somebody's ankle and starts jerking his head back and forth like a pit bull, and like pulls him down to the ground, and, like whips him around. Like a bear jumps on top of a guy and is like, wah, 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 and like claws the hell out of him. A little bit of blood for the arena, that kind of stuff. Every time you win a fight, your critters get XP. And so anyways, I think they only get XP for kills, if I remember correctly. So the wolf unfortunately walked away empty-handed, but the bear is halfway to level 2. What kind of customization can you do? Quite a bit, actually. And these are going to change around depending on how you hybridize your creatures. But basically, you can adjust their core stats, or you can go for more specific things like what they're good against, what they're bad against. You can make their special ability more powerful. You can make it so they use less AP when they're biting and scratching people. That kind of stuff. That's pretty much the only arena fight that we can do for the day. So we're just going to like wait it on out, and then we'll probably go in on another one over here in just a second. There's a new archer and a new apprentice. How's our base building going? Do I have anything actually like being worked on? For 500 bucks, I can repair a large chamber. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And they said it'll be done next turn. So like whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to auto combat in the catacomb for a minute. While we wait to see what happens. But if you wanted to see an example of a bigger tournament, these are the bigger tournaments over here, and there's different options. There's stuff like open game. In this fight, the number of characters in the team is tied. The player is free to choose who he wants to make up his team. So we can have any combination of like monsters and any combination of humans that we wanted to throw into the arena here, so long as they are 3. And the paycheck would be $11.60 from what I can tell. They've also got themed fights, but you have to have a certain amount of reputation to take certain fights. There's range of combat, which is you up against a bunch of archers, that kind of stuff. And then as you win these tournaments, you collect badges like Pokemon. You get badges that basically decorate and make your Ludus way more awesome. We did get the old keep done, so we have room to do something with this large chamber right here. I would suggest we convert it over for monsters, because I am going to start breeding monsters pretty soon. If you want to breed your monsters, you just click on this button right here. I don't know if I actually have anything that I can breed. So like, let's say I take a wolf. Oh, they're all females. That was probably a poor choice on my part. Let me go to the store and we'll pick up a male critter so that we can decide what we want to have here. They do have a male snow bear, so we could technically breed our bears once we get that guy added on in. Yeah, let's do it. And then I'm going to make this guy really good against like reptiles, I think. That seems all right. Make him like our reptile assassin. Because paying attention to this game is important. You actually want to look at the matchup and see what you're going up against, because they may be strong against what you're weak against, and then you'll just get swept. And so the breeding process does have a point. Like, you're trying to create a very well-rounded stable of creatures that can basically fight any composition and can be moved around, and they've all been bred with each other to like move their stats around and things like that. Kind of an interesting concept. So this little guy right here, he's just got ice breath. He doesn't really have any other cool stuff going on. You're going to be really good versus reptiles, so there you go. And then it looks like we've got a potion of cure or a stone skin potion. We can probably do that. Stone skin might be nice. That'll give him more physical protection. Sure, a stone-skinned bear. What could be more terrifying? One thing I would like to see is on the map over here. You get these little events on the side. When you get something like a black bear cave, that's an adventure that your Ludus can go on. It's basically a dungeon crawl. I'd like it if it went up here, and then it came out, and it got a little bit bigger, and it said Black Bear Cave discovered, and then it goes zoom, and it comes down and becomes an icon on the map instead of being on the side. be a little bit more, it'd have a little bit higher production values. It'd look a little bit nicer. So we can have 10 monsters. Good. Let's go ahead and, I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know what excites me, but in my auto-resolving of fights, pretty much all of my animals have leveled up. So for the wolf, he's got pack attack. Multiple monsters attack simultaneously if they all have enough energy and action points. Okay. We can make him counterattack more per turn. We can give him a critical chance increase, which will eventually lead to agility, which makes your action point economy a lot better. So I'll probably go for that. That sounds good. On the snow bear, I think, what does he got? He's got like Insectoid Hunter. What's he good versus? He's good versus Carnivora. Okay. Let's just lower the cost of his bite, I guess. Or his dodge apparently costs less energy. Next level, his bite costs less action points. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then for the panther, does this work on claw? I want your claw to be better. That claw is actually pretty sick. If the claw isn't going to help out there, maybe we'll just try to get you more agility so that maybe you can claw an additional time on each turn. All right, so what am I looking at here? I honestly kind of feel like we can take these guys right here. Like, that's just the way that I feel about it, but my panther isn't tame enough yet. Yeah, he's not quite tame enough. We got to make better friends with my panther. Otherwise, I feel like we could snag that $1,000 right now. How tame is my panther? So he's only 59% tame. That's terrible. My snow bear is barely tamed. Okay, so I'm gonna need like a tameness potion or something that I can give this guy. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess we continue mauling convicts all the livelong day. Now that our other bear is done, we've actually got 4 critters that we can throw into the fray. So there he is, right there. You can rename your animal. So, like, if I wanted to name this snow bear Wiggles, and then I wanted to name this panther right here, if I wanted to name him Mr. Kitty, and then this bear over here, I could name him, like, Boo Boo, and then this guy right here, I could name him, like, Dig Nasty. There we go. And see, you can customize your monsters' names as well. That is an available feature. We should be able to earn a little bit more money now because we can dedicate 4 monsters to the cause, but we got more level ups to play around with from my auto-resolving. I'm going to keep him moving towards that +4 agility because I do think it's going to be a fat game changer. That makes his bite cost a lot less action points, so that's good. Mr. Kitty gets the exact same thing. Oh, no, you were working on agility, huh? Okay. And then Wiggles doesn't have any level ups, unfortunately. Are you, like, tamed? Wiggles is actually tamed, so we could send 2 bears into, like, a bigger arena fight if we desired to do so. Is there an open game here? Those guys might be a little bit strong for us. Yeah, oh, he's afraid of carnivoras. Ah, whatever, dude. We're kind of like at the end of the video. Maybe we go for this. I feel like it's not a bad idea. Let's see if we can outplay them. I mean, we only have a couple of abilities, so like... Oh, technically I could bring myself into the fight too if I wanted to. I don't feel like that's a good idea, though. That feels like it's not going to work out for me. There we go. Just throw on all my gear. Your character does evolve. He does look cooler. You can get all the way up to, like, plate mail and, like, you know, stuff like that if you wanted to. However, the graphics in this game very, very, very utilitarian, as you've seen so far. We're evenly matched. All right, let's fight it manually. Are they going to start my characters off, like, all the way... Oh, okay. There's a poison weakness here, and insectoids get higher agility. Fair enough. So did they have an insectoid? They do not have an insectoid. All right, so we're probably just going to hang back for a minute and let them do their thing. I don't know what the range looks like on bows and stuff, but I think we can take these guys. It's just going to depend whether or not we can isolate and pound down the archer and isolate and pound down the dog. So I'm just going to let them come to me. Okay, so the archer actually has pretty extreme range, in all honesty. We'll move them forward by 1, and we're going to kind of group up over here and just kind of see what we can do. So that was a wild shot that went nowhere. He's moved up, and now we should be ready to rock. All right, so with your bite attack, Hey, you got him. Nice. Oh, but he got me back. Ow, he hurts. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. If I wanted to use Frost Breath, like my Ice Breath, how would that work? So it costs 7 AP, 10 energy. How bad is it, though? Like, does it really, really hurt that guy? I don't know. Let's go for a bite attack. Bite attack. Yeah. Okay, this guy's like a counterattack god over here. That's what I'm learning, is he, like, always gets a counterattack. Fair enough. That guy fired his shot and missed. Big dodge right there. Big dodge right there. Looks good, looks good. Technically, we could go after him. Lots of dodges happening. A little unfortunate. A little bit of... Oh, he critical hit my dog, dude. Man, that guy is like all over me right now. Oh, he's defenseless. Nice. Get him. Perfect. One down. Move forward. It's going to take us a turn or two to close with this archer. Has me like a tiny bit worried. There we go. We killed it off. All right, let's move forward. Move forward. Big shot right there. Okay. Move up. Hopefully he can't use archery at point blank range. That would suck. He does have to pull a weapon and fight us. All right, looks good, looks good. Big dodge. Big dodge. Okay. It's okay. The dodge drains his stamina. So there's like a solid chance that he'll run out. Oh, he killed my bear, dude. Down to the wire with one survivor, and he might actually... Oh, he's healthy. Nice, dude. Sweet. How much did I get? Did I get paid enough to replace my bear and my dog? We got $2,000 from that. So, yeah, we did get enough to replace our bear and our dog. The downside is... Wait, why are they still here? Oh, they were tame. It was a non-lethal combat. Okay, so I don't lose my critters. Nice, dude. And, like, they're not even, like, wounded or anything because your animals can get injuries. There's a whole surgery menu, and you have to give your animals, like, blood transfusions and stuff to fix them. Nice. Okay, well, Boo Boo leveled up, so what do you have going on? We were working on, what's the next one? Counterattack costs less energy and your bite does more damage. I need you to be more accurate, though, is what I really need. Like, your accuracy really leaves something to be desired. Maybe I'll give him a plus 10 bonus to hitting men. That sounds all right. I think I can live with that. And then Wiggles down here. You're really good versus lizards. So we probably want to keep you being really good versus lizards, and we'll just put you in on fights where killing lizards is definitely necessary because you're getting a plus 25%. That means his hit rate is up into the 70s now. So that'll be good. And everything will work out. But yeah, quite an original idea for a game, and I do like gladiatorial combat. It's just the big caveat with this game is that, like, it's not being developed, and I think that most of the presentational systems could be overhauled in order to make the game, like, it's really kind of a shame that the game doesn't have a budget because, like, I could see this game being done in, like, really good cell shading with, like, a really cool art style and really cool sound design because I think the core idea is solid, and actually the programming and the mechanics of the game are solidly founded. It's just kind of everything visual doesn't look that great. It's obviously a very, very low budget title. The good news is the developer has said that, like, there should be a graphical overhaul patch coming soon, like within the next half year or so, and so that would assuage a lot of my concerns about the title to begin with. But, you know, very, very low budget game, but every now and again here on the channel, I like to take an underdog, someone that's making something cool, that's underfunded, and has, like, a lack of interest in it, like people haven't really found it or discovered, and I like to kind of just, like, throw them a little something so that people be aware of their game. But yeah, you guys have seen the breeding. We obviously didn't get to the alchemy yet. We didn't get to the blacksmithing yet. Once you've got your monsters being bred, for example, so let's say that we wanted to breed Wiggles, and let's say we wanted to breed... I want you to get out of there. Go away. We wanted Mr. Kitty over there. And I think I have a crossbreed potion right there. So we could make like a panther-bear hybrid, which sounds rad as hell to me. So let's do it. Let's do this thing. We'll call it a Bearther. And reproduction was successful. So now one of our critters will be pregnant. They get this I've never heard that word in my life, but apparently gravid is the word you use to describe an animal that is with child, effectively, or like in the process of growing eggs. I honestly don't know. I'd never heard that word before in my life before today. But having hybridized them now, I actually just kind of want to oh my god, why are things getting so expensive? Why is my overhead so bad? What has happened to my overhead? Is it because I have it's because I'm having to feed a bunch of bears, huh? Yeah, that's the tough part. I don't really want to send my pregnant mama animal into a fight, but I need to make some money. Let's do like let's do a fight with some Mr. Kitty was the one that was pregnante. So we'll go ahead and fight this one manually. We'll see what they put us up against, because like $600 would actually help out right now. But the monster v monster fights tend to be a little bit more deadly. It actually doesn't look like they have too much to show us right here. Yeah, I'd love to hear like a skittering sound when the bugs run, and I'd like to hear like peeping and squeaking like a rat when the rats run. That kind of stuff. It would definitely help make this feel a little bit more immersive. Oh, it shoots a bolt. I didn't realize it had a ranged attack. Okay, I learned a thing today. Let's go ahead and we'll do... You've got a 61 right there. Go for the 61. Big dodge. Okay. Ooh, 13 damage bite. Killed him outright. The combat in this game is positional, so depending... Oof, you got to get that stuff to fade while you're doing this. All right. No big rat bite right there, unfortunately. That costs 6. Man, we got to get his AP up. We got to get that agility. Hey, did the counterattack get him? Man, he's poisoning all my guys. Dude, stop getting your booger fluid on me, man. I was going to try to give the dog one last opportunity to get some XP, but the bears just seem to be way more effective. Oh, combatants. There we go. Ooh, got him with a counterattack right there. Cool. I actually think an action cam for the counterattacks would be really, really good. So the camera zooms in and like slight pans, the bear jumps and swings and he hits or misses, and then the camera swings back to the other side like for the rat, you know what I mean? Like slow motions it a little bit to add some impact to the jump and the bite. There's so many little things you could do right here to make this all feel better. But yeah, this is the Monster Breeder. Like, I hope you guys dug it. This is a game that's being made by one guy that's got like a vision for what he wants this to be, but he just doesn't have access to the resources to make it happen. And so obviously the game needs new animations. Like, obviously the game needs new monster models to really bring the game to life. It needs like action cameras. It needs all of those things. I'm not going to try to like sugarcoat over the shortcomings of this game. They are largely presentational. That being said, however, I've played the game a bit now, and it is a game that does seem to have a lot of stuff you can do in it with a very original premise, and the developer works really hard on it. He's super receptive to his audience. He's constantly up on Discord and Steam, taking feedback and having it implemented within very short amounts of time with like UI changes and things of that nature. Game's got like a little tiny bit of the jank on it, but like the core systems are solid. So I figured, why not? This guy's been going the distance. He's been putting in the effort. He just needs some backup. I'm going to do a video on his game so that maybe we'll shine a little spotlight on it, and maybe that will expose him to people that can help him out with that. And so anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we have The Monster Breeder, a very, very unique little title that I think could really only come out of the indie world. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on by. That's about all I've got for it. I'll be back tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Bye, folks.